Come on, everybody. It's your man, DISCO100. I got my cuz over in the building. The one and only Uncle Mel, neighborhood star. Is in the building. What's happening, Kalo?
Trying to get my
You good? I'm trying to get you some time.
trying to get my motherfucker. I don't have to turn.
Number talk.
Yeah, hey, we got some new microphones in this bitch here, and I ain't even gotta turn them on and shit. You
You
hear me?
got to the number talk.
Yeah,
You get to your speak over the wall.
I can't see myself though. I can't see nothing over here. I can't see nothing. So hey, what's happening, everybody? What's going on? We want to welcome y'all to another episode of Neighborhood Star. But what we keep saying, I'm telling you, man, these are episodes. You might catch anybody here in these chairs right here, man. We don't care. Come on down and see us, man. This is how we do it. Me and DISCO100, my engineer over there, he done did some more shit tonight. When I came in here, he was playing some goddamn mall music, and I still can hear it.
It's the IRS people, man. I'm trying to get my money.
The mall music?
Yes, that's they got me hold with that.
What, they won't stop?
Till somebody come on the phone.
Oh.
I'm trying to find, I need my money. And next stage, I ain't got my money. So we gonna be, if I got your whole goddamn show, they can hear, look.
Let me,
they can hear, hold on.
Hey, let me ask you this. Welcome to Neighborhood Star Story.
I need my money.
Disco is on one of them Woosah moments.
Yes.
Look, can I ask you this?
I'm pissed off.
How long you been holding on?
Right before you called me.
And that was what, about an hour ago?
No, about 3 minutes ago.
3 minutes. Oh, so you been holding on for 3 minutes.
I'm not getting off the phone.
You did not call them none today?
I called them all day today.
And what they told you?
This is the first time I got actually put on hold.
Oh, you talked to somebody?
Well, an automated machine. I did the 0909 till they get me this bar.
And who is that?
I don't know. This IRS.
The IRS?
Yes.
Right.
I haven't got none of my stimulus. I ain't got my return. So they said my stuff is in the amendment department.
Okay.
Meaning I owed some money. But last time I talked to the man, he said, we'll put you on a payment plan.
Okay.
They never gave me an option. I got stuff over there.
Okay,
So I don't know if they're going to call me now and work something out with me.
Okay, check this out. Turn your microphone off. Because I'm not finna listen to this goddamn music no more. Feel like I'm trying to shop for some shit I can't even find. Tell that shit out, man. I got some more shit I want to talk about, goddamn it. This motherfucker here, man. I told you be mad every week. It ain't a goddamn segment. We come in here, he happy. Yeah, you just like that little dude that went into the little spas and shit and killed them folks because he wanted to happy ending.
No.
See, he still ain't cut the music out.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh, it's the microphone good.
Oh.
They off a good microphone off.
See that he don't even know what the fuck he done bought, y'all. Uh-oh. I almost snatched my motherfucking earphone. Man, hey, turn it down.
I got him to come back on the phone.
Well, just turn the volume off.
I did. I got him when they come on the phone.
Listen, man.
It's down. You can't hear it.
I can.
You can hear me talking?
In my ear.
Ain't no way in the hell is all the mics off.
I can hear it.
You hearing shit. I can barely hear it.
Okay, be quiet. Okay, I can't hear it now. Hey, look, I went into one of them booth tests. You remember when you had to go? You ever had to take a hearing test? And there'd be the dee. And you think you hear the dee, 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 dee. That's some bullshit right there. You feel me? I'm serious though. For real though. I understand. But you know what, Professor? Stop doing this at 6 o'clock. The folks is closed. Do you know when you go to bed? What time you go to bed?
You talking to me?
No, oh Lord, hell no. Hold on. Excuse me. Hey, strike that from just like when I'm finna go in.
You telling me to get up? You said they closed. They open at 7 o'clock.
You been on the phone with them folks since 7
No,
a.m.
they open until 7. So I got 40 more minutes.
You called them folks 3 minutes ago. You think they finna be on the phone with you fucking off?
Yeah, I need to find out my money.
Man, hang up. Cause they going to the home, man. The folks have you ever watched anything on YouTube about the Internal Revenue Service?
You're not gonna discourage me.
Listen, man.
That's what you ain't finna do.
All I want to do is my listeners not listening to.
They can't hear it.
I can still hear.
You can't hear the shit. That's your mind.
I can still hear that shit, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, today did not start off like I wanted it to start off. And Disco over here with his goddamn IRS shit. And listen, what I'm trying to tell you guys is there's something very important going on right now. And y'all got to start watching. There's a lot of information that's being given right now. And you guys have to, especially if you're a young black male, you have to get this information simply because you will understand how to deal with the police. And what I'm talking about is the George Floyd case. If you have not been watching the George Floyd case, there is a lot of information that's going to be presented that you guys can actually fight your own cases on. Hey, man, that shit is in my ear, bro.
Yeah, I know you might pull that egg.
Telling you, man, I can hear it.
Your mind playing tricks on you. You hear me talking through your microphone?
I can.
You hear me talking real quick?
I can hear you. I can hear you through the.
Don't say nothing. The meat.
I can't hear it now.
Cause I ain't touched that.
You mean to tell me
your mind is bad? I ain't touched that.
No, my mind had to be good for me to remember that whole melody.
You remember the
it was like. Dun, dun.
You say I'm crazy. Go ahead. I was touching.
Man, hey, but what I'm saying is, listen, there's a lot of information that's being presented in this case that you guys can actually benefit from. And me being the neighborhood star, you got to understand, man, if you know what laws are, if you know how to present those laws, you will save yourself a lot of time in jail. So listen and watch this case. I know a lot of people, you sitting out there like, why should I watch this case? Why should I watch this case? You have to watch this case simply because you're going to see how there was a public lynching of this man. I promise you, man. When you watch the video, you have to see this. And the prosecution is doing a very, very good job of presenting it. Simply because they started out from, if anybody has watched it, you are welcome to call me and we can talk about it or whatever, but that's the direction that I'm trying to go in. And, you got to understand how the camera was moving, how the camera was being controlled. You got to think about those things. It's like, who was controlling the camera? Somebody had to be watching this. And for it to go on to where the police officer didn't get charged at all and he was able to go home and somebody watched this, how deep does the actual, disregard go? It's like the person with the camera didn't even think to say, well, the dispatcher did. The dispatcher was like, oh, hey, something wrong. Because she was doing her job. And it took 9 minutes. And you got to understand, 9 minutes and 29 seconds. It wasn't the 8 minutes that they gave y'all, that they gave us while the pandemic was going on. Now the real evidence is coming out, and you guys got to understand what was going on in America, because the media would change shit. The media would make it seem like this man was a tyrant or something like that. And you got to understand, you got to watch this. And when you watch these segments of this case, you got to understand that this is something that you can learn from also, because there's a lot of information that's going to be given about the police procedures. If you watch the video, they were aggressive before they didn't even take the the fake $20 bill. Did you know that, Disco? Mm-hmm. The police officer didn't who is that? When the actual officers walked inside the store, the Cub Foods.
Oh yeah, I seen that part.
You see when they walked inside the Cub Foods? You seen the guy had the bill in his hand? Mm-hmm. Then neither one of the officers take the bill to investigate it. Mm. They didn't even take it. They were like, when he said, yeah, the driver in the car across the street. That's all he said. And y'all got to understand, they didn't even need the bill. All they needed was the store owner's word that he had stole some shit. I mean, he had passed the counterfeit bill. Even the worker said that he didn't know how to determine. He would never train how to determine a counterfeit bill. You ever watch the dollar in your clothes?
Yeah.
More than one time?
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I ain't got a microphone.
See? That's some good shit you done about.
Yeah.
So if how do you know he just didn't watch the bill too much? The guy said he didn't know what he was looking for. All he know is he's supposed to look at the dollar bill, the $20 bill. You ever go in the store?
So what did that have to do with the man getting choked?
Well, that has nothing to do.
So what are they trying to? They trying to paint a picture that
What they
he's
trying
to make a type guy. I mean, what's that proof?
What's happening is that the lawyer, the defense lawyer, is trying to paint George as a brutal man.
Because of a fake $20 bill?
But George didn't pass it.
Okay. Let's hypothetically say he gave somebody a $20 bill. Is that the reason to kill somebody?
No.
So what's that got to do with that?
Right. See, but that's the whole thing. If you can change, if you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt, see, you saying if George, because George the whole time, if you've been watching the case, said to him, I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of guy. I'll go wherever you want me to go. That's being cooperative. Do you understand? He said, when you start saying, no, police officer, sir, do you understand me? That's a sign of submission right there. If your dog, you know you're a dog owner, right? Well, I'm sorry. I mean, you used to be a dog owner.
I still got one more.
You still, if your dog do something wrong, like we was talking the other day on the phone, if your dog do something wrong, and that dog submits, do you still beat that dog? Do you still whoop that dog?
No.
Because you understand that dog knows that it's submitted to you. You say, okay, yeah, I did something wrong. Please don't whoop me, master. And what you do? You leave the dog alone. What they did was he was submitting, and I'm not going to compare him to a dog, but I'm saying he's a human being. He said, I'll go wherever you want me to go, just don't put me in the back of that car. He said, I'm claustrophobic. You remember when I was talking about the pill, and we was on one of these shows, and I was talking about they had to put me to sleep to actually put me in a machine that was going to determine what was wrong with my body. Do you understand me? So the fear was really there. And they did not care about his fear. They didn't care about anything else but put him in the back of this car. Because he's the big man and he's finna run. He said several times, he said, I'm not going to run, sir. I'm not going to run. Just lay me on the ground. I'll stay there, is what he said. And I know I'll be funny sometimes, and sometimes I got to tell y'all, this is what's going down. Pay attention to this case, because I've been watching it since it started. And there are people that are very emotional simply because, have you ever seen death before? I have.
What you mean seen death?
See, have you ever seen someone die?
Oh yeah, plenty of time.
But have you ever seen someone tortured and die?
Yep.
That hurts.
Yep.
It stays with you the rest of your life. And whenever you go back to that, it brings about that emotion. And you see this in this case. This is a very, very big case that's going to change a lot of things in the world, just like COVID did. And I'm going to tell you what COVID was. COVID came in just in time for us to be able to sit down and watch the whole thing so they can't change the narrative. Every video that they have right now is the same video you saw on every major platform that was going on in COVID-19. And guess where we were? In the inside, watching these videos. So every time we see these videos, we know what we saw. We know we saw the jury. You can't find a jury in Alaska that did not see what we saw. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Watch this case simply because it is important to the young black man. Because he was kidnapped at first. Because they didn't even tell him what they were putting him in the cuffs for. All he did, when they walked up, he tapped the window.
What my mama said on the thing.
He did. They didn't even tell him.
That's what she said on it.
Yeah, they didn't even tell him what he was in handcuffs for. And he was still going. Do you understand me? He did not, as big as he was, look at the veins in that man's arm, bro. Look at the muscles of this dude. If he really wanted to fight this guy, he didn't even have to get in cuffs. He didn't even have to let them get cuffs on him. But all he asked them to do is to not put me in the back of that car because I just got over COVID and I don't want to die. So you got to understand this.
You can hear that through the video?
You hear it. You got to watch the case.
Yeah, no, I'm trying.
You got to watch it. Let me tell you why you have to watch it. Simply because it is a real thing. It is something that you have been talking about all our lives. And now it's there. And there is a man that sat on another man's neck until the paramedics had to push him off of his neck. You know why? Because once the devil gets you, he got you. It don't matter what you thought. Once that demon sneaks into your body, it's over with. You gonna do what God told you. You ain't gonna do what God will tell you to do. You gonna do what that demon tell you to do. And if you watch them videos, you would see how Shavin was holding his fingers. He was holding his fingers for leverage for his knee. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what you have to watch. That's why this case is so important. And once we get over this hill, there's gonna be some change. There's gonna be a lot of change simply because you can't give a person immunity over another person's life because they'll take it every time. You got to understand when people are in supervisory positions, when you give them power, their attitude change. You give them power, and when just like you saying right now, the IRS won't answer the phone, they won't come back. That's power simply because you can't go to the building, you can't do anything. So that's power. They have the power to put you on hold for 14 to 15 hours, but is that right? No, it's not right. It's the same thing that the Georgia Department of Labor was doing. Yeah. Remember I was telling you how...
You know it ain't right, for real? It ain't fucking right. You got a dude that worked 3-4 goddamn jobs all his life. Right? And here I am without no money coming in. I need my shit, but you got these motherfuckers who ain't supposed to be here. You got motherfuckers sitting at home with their mama couch right now, ain't doing shit with themselves. They get all this stimulus bullshit.
But you can't compare your situation to that. Because you don't know why they get that. You feel me? I mean, some people have different situations.
Fuck.
But the thing is, power. When you give people the power to manipulate another person's life, that's exactly what's going to happen. And this we're going to do. We're going to go to another note because, oh shit, my motherfucking package just arrived at the house. How's everybody doing? We're going to come on back again. Hey man, listen, take your face off the neighborhood style because you look disgusting. I don't want them folks to see your face like that. I'll see your audio, but your face look disgusting. And I still hear that damn elevator music. Them folks still got you on hold. Listen, man, it's gonna be hard for us in the next couple of years, bro. Cause face-to-face interactions is pretty much on the decline. So what y'all gonna have to do? Y'all gonna have to come on out the woodworks and help each other. Y'all gonna have to do that. Y'all gonna have to make sure that everything is everything, cause man, brothers and sisters, the government don't have to answer the phone no more. They don't have to see you. You can suffer until you can't suffer. And we've been talking about this since was it October? We was talking, what it was? No, it was November we was talking about this. If y'all tune in to Neighborhood Style, it was November. I got some more stuff I want to tell y'all that's going on in the neighborhood too, and I wrote it down. But I didn't bring it last week. We're not going to be here next week. My mother has a birthday. My mother will be 71 years old next week, and I will not be here to entertain you niggas. I'm going down there to see my mama. Disco, you all right? You straight?
What?
Straight.
But,
I want to talk about some shit that I found out the other night. I was watching YouTube. It is something that I found on YouTube about the war when we was fighting the Vietnamese. Now everybody think about flyers and stuff like that, right? You know, like what is the importance of flyers? You know, and I didn't know this, but the military uses psychological warfare. And what that means is they drop leaflets and things over the enemy soldiers. And when the enemy soldiers pick up the leaflet, they read things, you know, that tell them about why you fighting and what you're fighting for, and to make them surrender. You know, they don't really want, you know, to kill a lot of people. Now, I did not know this until I was watching this video the other day. So they what they would do, they would drop surrender pamphlets. Now they call them surrender passes. They would drop these passes, and if you wanted to surrender, like you wanted to turn yourself in, you didn't want to fight no more, you can bring this pass to an enemy soldier, and they'll bring you in and take you, and you don't have to fight no more. This was a tactic used in Vietnam to stop killing people. I mean, when I found this out, it was more like, God damn, I said, you mean to tell me they were dropping free tickets? I mean, how many motherfuckers, you losing the war anyway. You know, you want to be loyal to your country. But then somebody say, here go a free ticket to me not to kill you when you surrounded by tanks. What would you do with your ticket? I don't know. If I found one of them goddamn tickets and I ain't have no more bullets, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I promise God, I don't know. I ain't never been in that situation, so I don't really know. But if I had, if I'm surrounded by tanks and I ain't got no bullets, and ain't nobody else got no bullets or no food, I mean, weigh your options. Shit. And they feed him, and they was also dropping other type of leaflets to tell them how they was feeding the motherfuckers that were turning themselves in. So, I don't know. If I'm hungry as a motherfucker, and you drop me a leaflet say it's all good over there, I don't know, goddamn. I might have to be one of the motherfuckers they draw on the leaflet. Eating my shit. I'm not saying. But and they are, listen, people, they are stealing Cadillac converters. Do we call them Cadillac converters? Make sure that you pay attention to your Cadillac converter simply because they is cutting them off. And let me see what they say. They say about 2 to 3 to 4 minutes they can get your shit. So if you got a Cadillac converter, when you go and look up and see if you got a Cadillac converter. That means if you in the area where you need emissions and things like that, you might have a Cadillac converter. So it depends if you got a Cadillac. But no, that ain't what a cat. No, I'm just saying it the wrong way. But it's called a Cadillac or something like that. But if you got one of those, you need to protect it because it has shit in it that people can get paid from. And I remember staying in an apartment complex, and they were leaving cars on the goddamn jack for the Cadillac converter. When they pull off, if your muffler feels like it's gone, they might have got your Cadillac converter. So you need to look up under your car and make sure that you still got one pipe that hooks up to the rest of the shit in your car. Because if you don't, your Cadillac converter, it gone. And they made your money already. So, it's that one thing that's going on in the hood. Y'all need to protect your Cadillac converter, all right? Because they cutting it out. They don't take them but 3 to 4 minutes to get it. So make sure that you go down and get it. They do have Cadillac converter plates. This is how bad it is. They have invented something to where they can put a plate to where they can't cut your Cadillac converter about your car. So you go over there and look what it is. Don't worry about it, because they're going to get. Don't be the person that had to straight pipe your car, because simply gonna be like you got what it is, the Tokyo Drift in your car. You don't want that, and whatever. All right, they got the guards. And let me tell you, this is how bad it is. I wanted to give them a statistic. This is how bad it is. The motor companies pay $40 billion on methods to try to keep people's catalytic converter inside their car. $40 billion, y'all. So they tell y'all that it's a market for it. And if it's a market for it, that means that you may be a victim. So make sure that if you got a Cadillac converter, you be parking your garage or get something to protect it, because these boys is out here getting it. I'm going to tell you, got platinum in it, palladium in it, rhodium in it, and rhodium. Now that's the motherfucking shit that they're looking for. That shit is $28,000 an ounce. And y'all, for all the weed sellers, y'all already know what an ounce sells for. But that rhodium is $28,000 an ounce. Now, ain't no regular dude gonna be able to do nothing with the rhodium. So there's not gonna be a regular dude that you're gonna sell this to. So all you shade tree, Cadillac converter stealers, y'all gonna need somebody to sell them Cadillac converters too. So stop just fucking up people's cars. Okay? Stop doing it. It's okay. But it's a market. It's a market for them. So it's best to protect yourself, especially if you live in one of them cities. Because I promise to God, they came around here in the All-Star game and made these folk, man, listen. They made Atlanta look so bad in the All-Star game, it don't make no sense. Y'all need to stop that. That's not neighborhood stardom. All them neighborhood stars came down here expecting to go back home, and then y'all done fucked them over like that too. But that don't make no sense. Okay, then what else we got? Gas caps. Do y'all remember? Y'all here. Do y'all remember when they had to change how cars were? Gas was pumped in cars. I know y'all remember it. You used to have just a regular gas cap. But then you had people that went around and started siphoning gas out the shit. And what had to happen? They had to put locks on gas caps. What I'm trying to tell you is, it's evolution in this world right now. Everything got to change. Just like when radios were okay to have in the car, and then they started snatching them out. They had to go to making the detachable faces for the radio, so they render unusable if you take them out the car without having the face. All I'm just trying to say is, man, after 2020, you got to start adapting to what's going down. What we got, Disco? What's happening? You back? You good?
Ain't no sense be stressing, bro.
All day, every day. It's all day, every day, man. I be trying to tell you this.
This type of money I had, so you know what? Just go.
I be trying to tell you that. I just have to let you deal with what you have to deal with. But you gotta understand, man. It's all day, every day.
It ain't gonna change.
It ain't gonna change. You just gotta be able to deal with that shit and let that shit roll off your back like rain on the window. And you got wind. What is it? What that is? Rain X.
So what you talking about on the left? I'm sorry.
Oh shit! I'm past that. I'm on smoke shit now, and I would. Yeah.
I love some more shit. That's what I'm actually.
Okay. Well, what I'm talking about now is you remember the kickboxer that was on the trial?
The who?
Kickboxer. He's mixed martial arts. Now, when he gave his testimony, that's what we were talking about before you left. When he gave his testimony, this is what he was able to bring to the table, because he knew what a breath choke was and a blood choke was. Now, me and you, ordinary dudes, never been in kickboxing and shit like that. You know, we don't know chokeholds and shit like that. We don't know what Derek Chauvin was doing. But this dude being in an academy, and the Minnesota police officers go to the same academy, he knew what the guy was doing while he was on the guy's neck. So he told him, he said, man, that's a blood choke. Mm. And he explained the difference between. So
it's designed to do what it did.
It's designed to kill. Yeah, it's not designed to make a person pass out, because a breath choke, you can still, like a blood choke, you can still talk, you can still have your breath, but what it's doing is it's cutting off the circulation of blood from your brain to your heart. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what he was explaining. He's like, it's a difference. It's two different chokes. Now, we can choke you to where you can't breathe, or we can choke you to where, we'll cut out the circulation to your blood, and then your body will die. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So he explained that. And then they just kept showing them videos, man, and I'm telling you like this here. If they don't come back, even with the testimony that just has been given, whether they make him to be out, Charles Manson, do you understand me? He can be Charles Manson. The fact is that Derek Chauvin killed him on purpose. Now, the thing is to prove intent. See, a lot of people don't understand what murder is. Now, you can kill a person and it be manslaughter, right? You didn't intend. So if he don't get convicted for murder, he'll get convicted for manslaughter simply because he didn't intend to kill him. See, when you intend to kill someone, that is called intent. Do you understand me? You understood what you were doing. That's why today, when you saw he was talking about when the camera left his chest, you haven't been watching the trial, have you? You need to start watching the trial. This is good for your children. It's good for your young children. It's good for all the young black men, all the older black men, to watch this trial, simply because there's a lot of information that's going to come out in this trial that we need to know, that we did not know. There's a lot of rights that you guys have that you don't know. And if you watch this trial, it will come out and you will know. Simply because they got 100-some witnesses that they are about to interview. Do you understand? This is the first time any police officer has ever been on trial for murder. Did you know that? This is the first time it ever happened. Ever. So that's one key element to where this is history. This is history. This is the first time any police officer ever been on trial for murder. So what the prosecution is going to try to prove with everything that they have, that means you shoot every bullet you got. I mean, everything that you have in your arsenal, you shoot it. And what he's going to do is try to prove that this man intentionally killed this man. That's murder. When you know what you're doing. And for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, y'all, if y'all don't understand what that means, I'm going to make a t-shirt called 9 minutes and 29 seconds. That's how long he kneeled. I want you to kneel on the ground for 9 minutes and 29 seconds and tell me how your knee feels. I'm going to tell me how your knee feels for 9. I want you to put your elbow anywhere for 9 minutes and 29 seconds and tell me how does your elbow feel. That's the whole thing right there. We come over here and have a good time every time, you know what I'm saying? But today and this week right now, I've been watching something that is very, very important. And I wanted to use today to make sure that all you youngsters, all you older people, and everybody that's out there, you watch this trial. Simply because they're not trying to prosecute the officer. He prosecuted himself. when they was recording him and he didn't give a damn about them recording him because he didn't, they don't prosecute him. They have 479 murders in Minnesota that has been never been solved. They threw a man in a garbage can. Do you understand me? They killed a guy and threw him in a garbage can and all of them walked. This is not gonna keep happening, man. It's over with. What happened with the pandemic, it sat everybody down and made them watch. It made them watch. You didn't have no job to go to. You didn't have nowhere to go. You had to watch what was going on in the streets. And we talked about it right here on DISCO100 radio. We talked about it. We talked about it every week simply because we deal with what's going on. Right here on the Neighborhood Star, we deal with what's going on in the hood. And this is what's going on in your neighborhood. You got to understand, this is a big change in life. This gonna change a lot of things. It's either gonna make things worse, and there's gonna be a war after this because the man is guilty. I don't care if I'd never seen anybody murder anybody in my life. I know that this was one because of his body movements. Because when somebody tried to get close, they didn't want him to get close. When the man stopped moving, they still didn't get off of him, man. The dude, when the dude body stopped moving at all, they were still on top of him. The other officer that was holding his legs, do you know that he was down there by the man's legs, he was holding the man's leg with one hand? Do you hear me?
That's crazy. That's sad.
He was holding the man's leg with one hand. And when he kept taking his hand off the man, and he was like, for him, it looked like he was saying, why are we still holding him down? You understand me? For him, it was like, why are we still holding him down? But Shavin was still doing what he was doing. And if you watch them videos, Shavin was holding that man's fingers. And when he stopped holding that man, and when he tried to get one finger out, Shavin to put the finger back in and hold him for leverage because he was pulling his hand to make sure that his knee is more leverage in the man's neck. And I don't understand what they'll do to me about this, but I'm just telling you the truth. And that's the truth. That's what I saw, and that's what's on the video. And everything come out other than that, that's bullshit. That is actually bullshit. Y'all gotta watch this case, man. This is bigger than the OJ. This is big. This is bigger than OJ. OJ was bullshit. This right here is what's gonna teach us. Is what's gonna let us know that there's a war against us. Because that man didn't have to kill that man for a $20 bill. Come on, man. What was that gonna hurt? What was that gonna hurt, man? There are robbers in Europe that go and give a bank $100 million in counterfeit. And guess what they do? They serve time. You feel me? You give a $20 bill that probably been washed too much.
You know what I don't like about everything that, of course I don't like that, but it seems like every time, and I'm not going to put a color behind it, anytime somebody get arrested, let's put it like this.
I want to hear you, though.
I think you can hear me.
No, I can hear you, but it's vague.
Anytime you can, anytime somebody get arrested, they always want to look into what happened years ago or the day before or the two. Like you pulled me over because what I did just now. You didn't pull me over to ask me what's on my background.
Right.
In the past year, you say, oh, he been locked up last year for stealing some knowledge. Let me put him over.
Right.
You pulled me over for whatever you pulled me over for. So don't take what I did 2 days ago to co-sign for why you doing what you're doing to me now.
Yeah.
So I can't stand when they do that. Like they do something try to justify. You killed me because you wanted to kill me. You didn't kill me because you knew I gave a $20 bill.
He didn't know him at all.
Okay, my point is you did not kill me because you knew I gave somebody $20, I counterfeit $20 down the street. Now y'all want to dig on what I did that day to justify why you put your knee on my neck. And the reason, tell you truthfully, because I ain't watched it, and God honest truth, because I'm sick of this bullshit. From white, black, purple, green, Mexican, I'm sick of all the fucking hatred in the world we fucking live in. Every fucking time you turn the news on, somebody done took somebody like this pussy ass dude who kicked the old lady. I hope they beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck does that? Who fucking number one?
Did you see how
I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it. Who the fuck will put their hands on a fucking woman at that? That's one.
A woman for sure.
One.
One.
Then a 65-year-old fucking lady.
It didn't matter if he knew how old she was.
I'm just saying. I'm just making this shit like this shit is ridiculous, man.
It is, man.
And because of what? Cause she Asian.
I mean, then he gonna say some bullshit like you don't
So
belong
they caught him.
Oh yeah, he was.
They got him. He'll be fucked up.
He was on parole anyway.
He will be fucked up before tomorrow.
He was on parole anyway.
And see, when they do with clowns like that, they put him in a certain little cell and keep him when nobody can't do nothing to him. Bro, he just put their hands on a 65-year-old woman.
That's somebody's grandma or somebody's mama.
And you gonna protect this man? That's the world we fucking live in.
Nah, bro.
That's the fucking world we live in, dog.
That's the world that they portray.
The
world we live in is once they catch you doing shit like that, they gonna get your ass.
You know what? When I went to Bahamas, cuz the dude was telling us years ago. And this is some of their rules.
Yeah.
They took us to a jail they had. First of all, it wasn't nothing but a damn brick, like this room right here, but bricks.
Right.
Had a bucket over there to shit in. It wasn't no cable. It wasn't no AC. You are in prison. You are in jail.
Right.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
If you got caught gambling and you was married, they beat your ass because they say you took away from the home. If you got caught stealing, they took a bat and beat and broke all your damn fingers.
Right. What?
Like this is the world we live in. I was telling my partner the other day.
But you know they would do it in that right.
This part I told my partner the other day. I'm sorry. Some people having trouble getting insurance. Right? So they gotta pay $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. But if you was sick in the head, you go out there and fuck somebody up, go to jail, you gonna have insurance, you gonna get fed every day, you gonna have AC every day. Like that man that shot that the post office man in the leg a couple years ago in Cherokee County. Dude shot the mailman in the leg on purpose. Didn't kill him, but shot his ass with a shotgun.
Because he know he can go to jail and get.
He couldn't get qualified for Medicaid to get his.
So he can go to jail.
He can go to jail and get the shit.
All he want to do is live.
All he want to do is live. So he ain't trying to kill it, man. He say, you know what? I'm tired of being on the phone. I'm tired of y'all telling me I can't get this shit.
So you mean tell me in America, motherfucker got to shoot another motherfucker just to go get medical care?
That's what we live in.
That's right.
Again, I don't put no race card out there. Just like when I first moved here, and I love everybody.
Me too, man. I promise. I don't have.
I know you don't. That's why I'm gonna put my man commercial on your show because I told him you was built like that. He loved you, matter of fact. The dude I'm gonna put on here. Yeah, he asked me to put his commercial on your show. Let's tell you, when I first moved here, I don't take the race card. I love everybody, but I had my kids summer times, right? So I didn't have the income like I wanted to. So I said, you know what? Since I'm going to working 2 jobs, let me go try to get qualified to get my kids in a summer camp.
No.
I get there, and of course, it's about 200 goddamn Guadalupes in front of me.
Who the fuck is Guadalupe?
Don't worry about it. We're going to leave that word away.
Right, yeah.
All of them getting approved. I'm busting my ass. I get the shit, you make too much money. Because I got a fucking job. Now, my kids got to get watched by a kid who's 14 years old because I can't put them in camp because, quote unquote, I make too much money.
But do you make too much money?
Hell, fuck it.
If you make too much money, you make too much money.
To society, bro, a job, a fucking job is making too much money. But if I was sitting my ass at home, not trying to be shit in life, I would get.
You can't chalk that up to this.
If I was fucking sitting home right now and not trying to do shit with myself, I can go get fed. I can get free goddamn insurance. I can get a motherfucking check that's gonna feed my fucking kids. I can get a motherfucking program that's gonna pay my lights. I can
shit.
Hold on, I can get an 8-bedroom house.
Your wife can get something.
I can get an 8-bedroom house for $50 a goddamn month.
No, you can't.
This dude's on Section 8.
This dude on Section 8?
It's sorry ass men right now who get all that shit because they don't want to get off their ass and go to work.
Hey, if this man out there on Section 8, call me, man. Tell me how to get that motherfucking shit, man.
Guess who paying for it?
Who?
Guess who paying for it?
Who?
Whoever fucking paying taxes.
Well, we know one person ain't paying for it.
Shit.
Trump. He don't pay no tax. That nigga don't pay no tax. Hey man,
That
take
shit
that,
pissed me
man.
off,
You
man.
know what you know what you need to put serenity prayer on your pillow.
That shit pisses me
I
off.
ain't bullshit. You
Like
got
right now, I'm going through my little thing, man. I gotta
hey,
go
you
to
got to put some
IRS
serenity
and
prayer.
all that bullshit while motherfuckers sit at the mall spending $1,500 in the check. Motherfucker ain't got a pot to piss in.
Hey,
Motherfucker just got them check.
Lennox was lit like about 3 weeks
I went
ago.
across you to get your nephew some damn socks for camp on a fucking Sunday. It was Dick's. It wasn't nobody even park at Dick's.
They was in there.
You
Oh,
couldn't park at
they
Dick's.
got some camping attire. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what. If you didn't get no tent and you camp, if you didn't get
No,
no
that wasn't the
tent,
point. The point I was saying was the parking lot overflowed.
yeah,
Overloaded.
yeah,
What the fuck I'm trying to say?
overflow.
Overflowed from the court,
Man,
to
people
the.
got $1,400, man. You hear me? I mean, some people were still working and still got $1,400.
Nigga, I ain't got a goddamn.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, if you were smart and you got your $1,400, and you didn't go out there and get you something to make you $1,400, then you was stupid with your money.
No, they ain't. I'm gonna tell you why they ain't stupid. Because they home in the basement. They fucking my grown ass men.
Man, listen,
40 years old. They fucking mama house.
if you went out there and got you a
Sorry,
pressure
bitch.
washer and a generator with your money, nigga, you did a wonderful thing. Cause you knew that with your pressure washer and a generator, you can make some money. You probably went out there and bought you one of them with them 195-gallon tubs with the bars around it and put it on the back of a truck with your $1,400. Now, if you didn't do that, that means that your $1,400 didn't mean nothing to you. You're supposed to stimulate your money, man.
Real
You
quick,
gotta hold on, wait a minute. You gotta stimulate your money, man. And if you ain't got nothing other than stimulating something to get you some money, you ain't doing nothing. Now go ahead and roll Buddy right there.
this dude right here named Eddie Prince, man, he's a big time fan of Neighborhood Star.
That's what I was
He
that's what
called
I'm
me and
talking about.
asked me, he said, can you please make sure you throw it on his show for me? Because I love his show. I love who he is. I love his character. And he say he watch you, all the time.
I appreciate you.
So
Go
one
ahead and
time
put
for
it
man
back.
Eddie Prince, man.
Eddie Prince, there it is. Eddie Prince. Do we have any volume?
Nah, I made that flight.
This real time. Oh, you did this?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Y'all make sure y'all talk to Eddie Prince, man. He has cell phone 404-903-0375. What it is, a realtor?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Eagle housing opportunities. Y'all go ahead and see Eddie Prince. Y'all go ahead and see him, man, and see what's going on. Because let me tell you like this, me, I'm gonna always be real. It ain't nothing. You can look at me in my eye when I look back at y'all. It's all good, baby. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't gonna give you nothing that you don't need. Simply because the brain can't take it. Y'all taking a lot of information that you don't need, and you don't need that information. I'm gonna give you information every Thursday that you need. And I promise you that. And I'm gonna tell you something else about the PPP loans. That's what I want to touch on that too. Listen, people. If you made up a company, stop laughing, Disco. I ain't through yet. I ain't through yet,
You
Disco.
say what? If you did what?
If you made, hold on, Disco. I ain't through yet. I ain't through yet.
Have you made up a company?
Stop. If you made up a company and you doctored the paperwork, your ass going to jail. I'm talking to you. Your ass is going to jail. Nancy Pelosi told y'all. She told y'all just like this. She said, you gonna get the money. You gonna get it. You definitely gonna get the money. She said, but when we go back to looking at the paperwork, your ass going to jail too. She gave you 2 guarantees. You gonna get the money and you're going to jail. So guess what?
So you got some people made up company.
Ah, shit, man.
What they call? You know the names?
A convict. That's his motherfucking name. Convict. That's his name. Hey, you know that song? You know that song about what his name? Akon. What is it? I'm locked. They coming to get your ass just like they came to get the Capitol riot. They gonna just show up at your door and not gonna say, "Come on, you know what it is."
I heard two of the security.
Yeah, they suing Donald. They doing Trump. Goddamn, you had something to do with it. And guess what they gonna do? Win.
They said you said made up a company.
Hey, listen, man.
So
listen.
folks been existing the day before.
If y'all made up a covenant, I'm telling you now, if you went and got a spread, y'all went and got Microsoft Word and used spreadsheet and doctored them numbers, y'all ass is going to jail. I promise. Hey, look, it's gonna be federal too. So y'all do it 85% of the time.
So they made like a flyer and every damn thing.
I'm selling PPPE. No, these motherfuckers were doing this shit in mass numbers. Did you see the dude? What his name from? Where you from? From Florida? What his name?
Who?
Blue. What his name? The dude from what that damn song, man? Them boys from Florida had the R&B group.
Oh, you talking about Pretty Ricky?
Yeah, what's his name is?
I don't know his name.
Blue. I think his name is Blue or something.
Okay.
Blue went and bought him a Ferrari. Blue got 23 million out of them people, man. But I'm telling you like this: if he gave 50,000 to his auntie and say, "Put this up," when he get out of jail, he won't be broke.
He did. He said he bought a Ferrari.
Yeah, he gives auntie shit and say, "You know what? I ain't fucking with y'all. I use all y'all Social Security numbers, but I ain't getting y'all shit." But that's what I'm saying, man. If y'all committed fraud in 2020, y'all going to jail in 2022. So we gonna be out this motherfucker just free. You feel me? Because I promise to God, I seen one application. And I know I said something that I wasn't supposed to say. Them motherfuckers sent me we need more documents. I said, fuck that. We ain't doing it. I ain't got that. I said, I'm going to need to create it.
I did the same thing, but
fuck that, man.
I did the same thing. Like, well, when it first hit, somebody at the job was like, man, I got a homegirl of mine. You give her shit. Yeah, 1,600.
About 1,500. That's what they were going for.
Yeah, you give her 15, and she get you back. She get you back 10, and she get back 15. And she'll fill it out, and then. So I went ahead and tried it on my own, but I ain't get no 15. I said, let me go on this thing. And it did the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, sir, we took the first paperwork. We need this, need that.
Right.
I ain't saying shit.
Yeah, no. I ain't finna doctor no paperwork. Kiss my ass. Because when they come get you, they don't care if you got shoes on or not. They don't give a fuck if you got your Monday best. Your ass going to jail and whatever they come get you.
You hear about the kicker for the Giants?
What he do?
He got locked up because he filed that he got a company. He got like $100 million back.
That's the bullshit, man. That's greed right there.
He a kicker.
That's for the New York Giants.
Yes.
So he ain't have enough money.
I guess.
You know what that was? Good pussy.
No, and also the boy from the Hurricanes. all the extra time Miami Hurricanes, they did something about they were selling medical supplies.
Listen here, y'all. Listen, man. Y'all gotta understand. I mean, I have talked to people that have made a lot of money in their life, and what they tell me is they working ain't never made them rich. That's what they tell me. They told me that the money that they made from working made them rich because they made investments. You guys get all this money and y'all don't take none of it and invest in nothing. I mean, you get $10,000 just scot-free and you don't invest $2,000, $3,000 in nothing. I mean, you invested in something, they can't even find that. They ain't even looking for your investment. They only want to know what you bought, like, retail. You understand me? They're like, okay, what he bought retail? Because if you ever looked at anything that the IRS came to get, all they came to get was them folks retail. That's why when you see what the man name, that Rob Enron, you know the dude Madoff. Remember Madoff?
Yeah.
When he made out, the reason I know his name, because he made out with them folk money. That's how I know his name. Do you understand that they didn't charge Madoff but half of what he took from the company? They didn't charge it but for 50% of what he took from the company. So that means that he got generational wealth for his grandchildren and all that shit there. And he was already old, so he like, fuck it, I just spend the rest of my years in prison. You feel me? Don't matter. What time is it?
No, I'll take the bathroom. You good? Take your time.
Everybody can hear you.
Oh.
I don't know why he think he bought equipment where can't nobody hit him at. Why you buy equipment where can't nobody hit?
You got your notes and everything.
I told you I'm getting better, nigga. I'm getting better.
This boy ain't on.
Get out the door. Go on. Everybody
ask him what he reading on the laptop.
I was reading on the phone. I didn't cut it off because you had, get out. That would be happening when folks tell on you and shit. You know, this is prop. It's all this is prop. Let's see what we got going on right here. Let me see who we got going on. Right. Margo, you just right. They never told Floyd what he was getting arrested for. They never told him. All I want my listeners to do is take a look at this case, man. Y'all gotta take some time out of y'all schedule. If it's late at night, just go on, take the late at night and watch it. Because it's already been recorded. So you can go on YouTube and you can find it. You can find the Chauvin case part 1. You can find Derek Chauvin case part 2. You can find these cases, man. So y'all can find the recordings. So y'all go and actually listen to what's going on because there's a lot of information. A lot of information. And let's talk about what's about to start happening. Everything is about to start coming back to not just normal, but kind of semi-normal, I guess you could say that. They're starting to have outdoor concerts. They're starting to have indoor concerts in small places, and they're starting to let everybody come around and do, the whole thing. I don't know about the new strands of COVID. I don't know about, the actual death tolls again. But let me tell y'all gotta be careful of where you go. Be careful what you do. Make sure that if you think that you need to wear a mask, wear one. If it's in your mind and say, you know what, I need to wear a mask, put a mask on. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with you putting the mask on. It actually became a fashion statement. A lot of people have just wear masks because they like the fashion now. They don't have to show their whole face. All they show is their eyes and things like that. If that's your thing, do it like that. Make it a fashion statement. You don't have to do it as a directive or something somebody's making you do. Do it as a fashion statement because there's a lot of people that have gained a lot of revenue from making masks, and then they ain't even know they could do no shit like that. They became entrepreneurs just in this pandemic. And whatever y'all did in this pandemic to make yourself better, congratulations to y'all. Because I promise I done struggled too. I promise you, the first month I drank a half a gallon of Tito's and what is it? Kettle One. So I know what it was to be inside and can't go nowhere. It felt like I was in the bird box. I know I talk about Bird Box a lot, but y'all saw that movie, man. Come on, man. Tell me pandemic didn't feel like Bird Box. That was Bird Box to where you couldn't breathe. You couldn't go outside and take a deep breath because you thought you was going to catch corona. That ain't bullshit. You couldn't even, when you go around somebody, you couldn't breathe. Not regularly. You didn't want to. You had mask on. You know what's going down. I don't get no calls no more. Y'all don't call me. I don't know why y'all don't call me, man. Somebody call me and let me know what's going down. Let's see.
Why you ain't talking?
What is that right there?
Why you ain't talking?
I was talking.
What?
It's something in the look like a black spot. Nope, come on the other side. Yep, come on there. Right there. Right there.
It just happened.
No,
Is that a chill? That's the chill.
ain't no chill. That's another chill one. Oh, chill, baby. I don't know what that is.
Oh, my chill.
Oh, that's your chill. Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
So, so you still, let me tell you something. So you still heard the music in your ear?
Nah, I don't hear no more.
So you seen it show up on the wall. So you having a little,
Man, be quiet.
you having a little moment?
Yeah. That's a real fire today, boy. But let me tell you the story about this here, man. You see this here? My little
Yeah, what is that? I know it came with a pass.
You saw my little pad?
I didn't know what the hell it was for.
It's my little pads, man. This you know, I do graphic design or whatever. I've been dibbling and dabbing and everything. And one like 2019, you know, KFC had a homecoming. You know, they just got a football team and everything about 3 or 4 years ago. And they had a homecoming. And so I wanted to go down there, and I'm like, shit, I'm finna take some pictures. You know, because this shit, you know, because they are a brand new football team, so, you know, I want to take a picture. So I said, but you going to need a pass, motherfucker. You don't know nobody in Kennesaw State, but you going to need a fucking pass. So I said, I would look up certain, you know, events they used to have and shit. I said, you know what? I'm going to make this motherfucker my goddamn self. But hey, so I made the pass, you know. I put independent media on that motherfucker and everything, bro. And it was the kind of pad that he used before, so y'all was like, I know these motherfuckers ain't gonna look at me, but I made it extra big just in case a motherfucker did say something to me. I said, man, come on now, you know damn well that this band's like. So I had my backup plan and everything. So I went down there to Kennesaw State. I had my camera and everything, and I had my little passes on. One of them broke off though. I had another one like with the NFL on it, right? So it make me look like I'm bigger than you motherfucking college bitches. You feel me? So I had one with the NFL on it, and so that fell out today. I was gonna bring it, but I didn't bring it with me. But so I walked. But I wasn't going in restricted places. You feel me? I wasn't going in restricted places. What I was doing is I was walking on the outside, you know, taking pictures of the people or whatever. And goddamn, one dude looked at me. He looked. And when he looked at my bag, he knew something was wrong, but he couldn't figure out what it was. And I skated off from his punk head. You feel me? I was like, yeah, I'm going right over here taking more of these pictures. Yeah, you know, I'm independent media. I walked out. The thing was, it was overly big. He didn't notice. I was playing a psychological game with them. You feel me? You gotta understand. I'm very intelligent. I played a psychological game with them, and what it was, they didn't pay attention with nothing but what was on the actual card. They didn't give a damn how big it was. All they paid attention was the art on the card. So what that did was gave me an advantage because I already knew it was fake and they didn't. So for me not to let them figure it out, I had to skate. You feel me? So I took my pictures, I did what I had to do, but I ain't going in restricted areas because I ain't had no credentials on the back. You feel me? I know you have credentials on the back too because I have been in big events. You have credentials on the back. But I ain't had none of those, so I ain't worried about them turning it over. I got my pictures and everything, got the car and left. Yeah, you gotta be innovative, man. When you don't have
to do they start putting barcodes on it.
Oh yeah, see, I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it.
Put barcodes now.
But see, I don't try to get in restricted areas.
But wherever you was at needed a pass, so that's a restricted area.
I do not try to get in restricted areas.
So you wouldn't need a pass. Then.
I didn't go to no gates. I didn't cross.
So why you needed a pass?
So I can take pictures uninterrupted. Uninterrupted.
Oh, okay. People can't take pictures off the fly.
You know, you just got a camera out there. Motherfucker gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be just taking pictures of
So
people.
my point is, you used it for a purpose.
Exactly.
Okay, what I'm saying is, they're gonna get it now because people like you gonna be a scanner on the back of it. Watch.
Hey, you know what they do now? I'm gonna tell you what they do. They put it like this is like a silver stamp. It be like right in the little corner. And the only way you can see it, you gotta shine a light on it. So that's why you don't go in restricted areas. If you do, ladies and gentlemen, if you do something like this, keep your ass out of the restricted areas your ass ain't supposed to be in. This is just so you can take pictures outside of the venue, okay? This is not for you to walk your ass through the gate talking about you media.
So you got to something for how much?
Oh, well,
If they want something.
well if y'all want something, all you gotta do is just send me the venue and the time and the information, because I need sponsors. See, at the bottom, I'm gonna need all their sponsors. That's how we know they got their own legitimately in here. And don't go through gates. If you see a gate, now there's rules to wearing shit like this. You feel me? Because you impersonating an independent media impersonating. You feel me? You cannot play with your freedom. Because them folk will take your ass to jail. You are trying to access artists and shit like that. This ain't what this for. This is for to take your pictures and be uninterrupted. That's what that's for. No, that don't mean go past the gate talking about trying to show no barcode, because them folks gonna take you to jail, man. That's called theft. You feel me? Or impersonating a news media person. There's a law that you cannot do that. That's why when you see people that have the actual credentials, they can be back there with the stars and take, because they know what they can do and what they can't. You go back there just taking pictures of everybody, booty and everything. You feel me? And posting it on Facebook like you some damn star. No, you're going to get your ass put in jail. So, with that being said, if y'all need any passes made legitimately or invitations, y'all see how good I am. I'm good. They didn't even know. Hey, look, when I actually look, did you see the little owl on that bitch, man? That was the kicker right there. When I put that owl on that jump right there, that was the kicker right there. That one said, "Oh, he got everything." And I knew they was sponsored by Adidas. So if I had Nike right there, they knew it would been fucked up. That have been fucked up. And we ain't even sponsored by motherfucking Nike. He know he ain't supposed to be in here. So let me tell you, if you need passes, tickets made, holler at your boy, Uncle Mill, on the Neighborhood Star. What else we got to talk about right now? I don't know. What time is it, man?
7:20.
Yes, indeed. Listen here, man. I have been having a good time coming by here talking to you guys, man. Look, it's been an uphill road for me. And I want to tell you like this. I wasn't very motivated doing this in the beginning. And that dude over there, he always, man, you coming, come on down, man, you coming. And those type of people, man, that make you kind of like, go ahead and do the shit. I always wanted to do a podcast, but I never knew what I was going to do it about. And he never said, man, just don't even worry about that part. You figure that part out while you're doing it. And that's why I'm here. I mean, there's other people that have podcasts. There are other people that have stations, that they do podcasts. I have done some, but I've never been at home like I'm at home at DISCO100 Radio. And I'm telling y'all like this, it's a good place to be. If you want to come down, you want to do your podcast, man, it's a good place to be. He give you artistic control of what's going on. He ain't gonna let you do no dumb shit on his radio station, because he like that dude at Martin. You remember Martin? What the dude name? What his name? And you know what I'm talking about.
Stan.
So he like Stan and Martin. he got it crazy.
I got a question for you though. I'm
What?
gonna find this picture real quick.
Well, he like Stan and Martin, but
Think about
it's a
this.
good place to be.
I thought you were gonna talk about this tonight.
What?
Hold on, let me find this picture because they used it yesterday.
Hey, so y'all, if y'all got a podcast y'all want to do, man, come down and holler at DISCO100 Radio, man, because he got some spots, man. We want this thing to run 24 hours a day. We want to give y'all the information that y'all need. Because I'm going to give you the information. If y'all didn't get it from nobody else, you can come over. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm glad you put that on there. I want to talk about that though. So I'm going to give y'all the information. I'm going to talk about this here because I want to tell you something about the devil. See, he don't even understand that the devil is controlling him. Simply because all he wanted was fame. We don't know the deal that he made. But we can see the deal that he made simply because...
You seen the video?
Yeah, me and my wife watched the video. See, we saw the deal that he made simply because the devil don't like to be silent because people always praise God, right? So if you won't have nobody praising you, won't you be jealous too? If you're God? And he gave that man all he wanted and everything. You see his background, you see what he's doing. He said, okay, I can put a pentagram in the shoe. I can put a human blood in the shoe and nobody would mind. But we all know. But he didn't know simply because the devil is a very deceptive demon. Do you understand what I'm saying? He said, what you're doing right now is good. Don't worry about that. I'm going to get you a Grammy. I'm going to get you all this money. And guess what? You don't need no friends. You can tell everybody that don't like you to kiss your ass because you got all the money. All I want you to do is do this. And guess what he does? That. And guess what happens after that? He's no more. After this, he's done. You know what the devil just did to him? Manipulated him to praise him. So just look for him to fall in about a multitude. Because God is a good, forgiving God. The devil don't give a fuck about you.
Mm.
Do you understand me?
Mm.
When you do things for God and you fuck up, God be like, okay, I forgive you. Go ahead, we keep you going. He just served his God. Who does this? Did you see Nike put a restraining order on anybody that published anything that's going on with him?
Mm.
Restraining. He can't sell a shoe. He can't do nothing. How many times have you ever seen a company put a restraining order on someone?
That's crazy.
That's the devil, bro. The devil brings out things in people that you never understood was going down. This man that made a blood shoe. Come on, man. Put a pentagram in it. The last time somebody did something that brazen was Blair Witch Project.
Mm.
You remember Blair Witch?
I remember the name. I don't know what they did.
That was a movie.
Oh.
And they was practicing Satanism. Now, when I was living in Indianapolis, Indiana, I met some Gothic people that practice Satan. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I've seen them practice. I haven't seen them, but I know they practice Satanism. It's a real thing. So with him doing this right here, he is actually catering to the people that practice Satanism. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just like David Koresh and what his name, Charlie Manson and all them people, they got famous because there is a genre for people that worship the devil. Whether you know it or not, that this is a real thing. And for him, he don't think that it's going to affect him, but it's going to affect him in the near future, not the later future. It's going to, when you start seeing his down spiral, you understand what I'm talking about. Because the devil use you until he don't have to use you no more. His platform is big enough now, and now he has got the people that wear Nike to recognize that the devil is real. Do you understand what I'm saying? So his campaign is being successful because of events like this. When I say events, I mean he can get his rhetoric out because of people like this will allow him to use them to promote his situation. And it's Thursday, man, and I ain't trying to spoil y'all weekend. What I'm trying to tell y'all is leave that Satanism alone and get with God, and I'm going to tell you like this, he going to bless you every day of the week. You see how dark that segment of the situation was simply because Satan ain't nothing but a deceiver. He done deceived this young man. And when this young man come back to God, y'all gonna understand that. Y'all gonna understand he has been deceived. When everything that he has been taken from him, he's gonna see that he has been deceived. So you don't be deceived. You stay prayed up. Get on your knees and hold your hands out and ask God to let you know what's happening around you. And this ain't nobody but your partner, Uncle Mel. We out of here, man. Peace.